Michael didn't have a whole lot of amateur experience. He's not like a Tillman or a Biggs. These guys got 150 fights. So it was to keep him active in fighting, where he'll gain the experience and the knowledge that he'll need to win the championship. And then when he wins the championship, he's only going to fight 3, 4, 5 times a year. So, but he'll have all this experience behind him. As you've seen today, all gym workouts, all fights. They're not, you know, whatever you want to call them, quote, sparring matches. It's fighting, and that's what he's been doing for 2 years. So that made up for the lack of experience that he didn't have from the amateurs. To keep him sharp, we don't use the headgear because that's the way Cus taught me, and that's the way it is. You don't need a headgear. He doesn't need a headgear. A headgear gives you a false sense of security. Cus always used to say, and it's true. You put a headgear on, you think you can take a shot. You end up taking more shots because you got a headgear on. You don't have a headgear on, you don't want to get hit. Nobody wants to get hit. With a headgear, a fighter feels safe. You say, well, I can take the shot because it's going to protect me, which in the end it doesn't do anyway. So that's the reason for that. I mean, that was Cus's belief, and I was around Cus a long time, and I believe it too. Tell him to go hard. I want you to go out there and fight him. You fight him for 2, 3 rounds, 4, 5. Some of these guys that want to go more rounds, like a Broad, or Ferguson, or whatever, or Jameson, I tell these guys to go out there and fight hard, because Michael's fighting hard too. If someone gets knocked, there's a rule. Now this is Cus's rule, because when I first went to Cus, it was the same way, and he used to love the workouts when he used to see 2 guys going at it. There's an unwritten rule. You go as hard as you can. If you got a guy hurt, you know you got him hurt, you just step back until he's recovered. That's the rule. That's what I tell these guys. What I tell sparring partners, that's what I tell Michael. You go hard. If you hurt the guy, then you step back. Let him recover, and then you go hard again. That's fighting. That is fighting. But there's a lot of little movements and different stuff that we learn from Cus that he hasn't done yet. And if he keeps the interest and fights long enough, he'll start to do that, and then you'll really see the fighter. You'll really see a fighter then. But he hasn't done any of these little things that I'm speaking of. He can get a lot better, believe me. That is correct. That is accurate. I've said that. We've been saying that right along. He's only fighting at 50% of himself, and it's only 50% because he won the championship. See, he was 30%. Now, winning the championship is going to make him 20% better, and he's showing that in his gym workouts. But I believe that Michael has a legitimate chance to break all the existing records of the heavyweights. The longest undefeated Marciano's record, the longest reign, I think, was Joe Louis, and the most title defenses, which was Joe Louis. He has a legitimate shot at all these things if he maintains his interest. He may not, you know, fighting is a very hard sport, and that's a question that history will answer.
So now the moment of truth is not far off. This will be the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. And look at young Mike Tyson, age 20 years old. He could go into the record books tonight as one of the very youngest heavyweight champions of all time if he can capture the title from the reigning champ, Trevor Berbick. Kevin Rooney with him. He's trained in the Catskills for the last 4 weeks. And he came to Vegas to handle a little bit of publicity. He doesn't like that, as you know. He likes to do his business in the place he's going right now. Rooney leads him to the ring for his first shot at the heavyweight championship of the world. This is what Mike Tyson has trained his whole life for. This is what Cus D'Amato and Jimmy Jacobs trained this man for. There's the record. Mike Tyson, the #1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world. 27-0, 25 knockouts. Tremendous power, tremendous speed of foot. Very well trained by this man, Kevin Rooney. 20 years old, Mike Tyson on his way to becoming one of the youngest heavyweight champions of all time. Bangs the body. Wow, with that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with a light left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut. They are. As Trevor Berbick falls back in the rope. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's got the heart, but his body won't let him do what his mind wants to. And he's counted out. It'll be scored as a knockout. Mills Lane counted him out to 10. It's all over. We've got a brand new heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. Well, Trevor Berbick was brave and he only going to round 1. And from about the midway point round one, he couldn't do anything. There's Jimmy Jacobs in there. Bill Caton also works with him. A very happy Don King. Kevin Rooney congratulates his champion.
Hello folks, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look into who actually trained Mike Tyson. Was it Cus D'Amato, was it Teddy Atlas, or was it Kevin Rooney? So we're going to get to the bottom of this. So without further ado, let's look at the legacy of Cus D'Amato and the rise of Mike Tyson. So we're going to dive into the incredible journey of Cus D'Amato and his profound impact on boxing world, especially through his work with Mike Tyson. The unsung years of Cus D'Amato after guiding champions like Floyd, Patterson and Torres, Cus D'Amato found himself in a relative obscurity. I think at that time the mob was ruling boxing, maybe fixing fights, and Cus didn't want nothing to do with it. So he relocated to Catskill, New York, where he opened the Catskill Boxing Club. It was there that he crossed paths with young Mike Tyson, who was attending a nearby reform school. Following the death of Tyson's mother, D'Amato adopted him, becoming a crucial father figure and mentor. The formation of a champion, D'Amato introduced Tyson to the peekaboo style of boxing, a technique characterized by a high guard and constant head movement, designed for both offense and defense, assisted initially by Teddy Atlas and later by Kevin Rooney. But it was D'Amato that honed Tyson's raw talent into formidable skill. The turning point was when meeting Bobby Stewart. Tyson's serious interest in boxing began around the age of 11 or 12, sparked by his encounter with Irish Bobby Stewart, a former Golden Gloves champion working as a counselor at the Tyrone School for Boys. Recognizing Tyson's potential, Stewart taught him the basics of boxing before introducing him to D'Amato. But this meeting will change Tyson's life forever. Cus D'Amato's training was relentless and thorough, focusing not just on physical conditioning, but also on building Tyson's confidence. Sadly, D'Amato passed away little over a year before Tyson made history as the youngest heavyweight champion at 20 years old. Despite D'Amato's absence, his influence was unmistakable as Kevin Rooney continued to guide Tyson to further victories. Rumors are Teddy Atlas did not train Mike. It was Kevin Rooney who actually trained Mike. Teddy was just holding the mitts and driving boxers around, as Cus didn't like to go to amateur fights, as he was getting very old and didn't like the way the mob was ruling the boxing, and Kevin was the trainer. It was Kevin Rooney, not Teddy Atlas, that carried on D'Amato's legacy. He was born on May 4th, 1956. Rooney started his boxing career early, winning the 1975 New York Golden Gloves Championship. He turned professional in 1979, gaining valuable experience in the ring. Rooney transitioned to training under D'Amato's mentorship. When Teddy Atlas departed, Rooney stepped up as Tyson's primary trainer, implementing the peekaboo style with great success. Under Rooney, Tyson achieved an impressive 35-0 record with 31 knockouts, dominating the boxing world. Kevin's approach to training Tyson was rigorous and highly disciplined. He focused on perfecting the peekaboo style, emphasizing defensive techniques, rapid head movements, and powerful, precise punches. Rooney's intense training sessions pushed Tyson to his physical and mental limits, ensuring he was always in peak condition for his fights. This meticulous preparation paid off, as Tyson's opponents often found it nearly impossible to land a clean shot on him, while Tyson's own punches were devastatingly effective. Here is another fact that I learned. The split and its aftermath in 1988, influenced by Don King. Blimey, this Don King, he ruined a lot of boxers' lives. Tyson made a fateful decision to fire Rooney. I guess it was Don King that told him to do so, a move widely regarded as the beginning of the decline. Without Rooney's disciplined guidance, Tyson's skills and focus deteriorated. Well, you can see after they split, Tyson was going down the hill, a sentiment echoed by many boxing experts. Rooney himself later remarked on how Tyson's dedication waned after their split, leading to less impressive performances in the ring. It's true. Rooney continued to influence the boxing world, training fighters like Vinny Paz to championship titles. In 1996, Rooney successfully sued Tyson for wrongful termination for $4 million. Cus D'Amato and Kevin Rooney are deeply intertwined with rise of Mike Tyson. Their dedication, expertise, and mentorship were crucial in shaping one of the boxing greatest champions. So it wasn't Teddy Atlas. It was Kevin Rooney.
Well, the purpose of the slip bag is to get the fighter moving his head, to get him in the habit of moving his head correctly. You have to try to be elusive. See, as long as the fighter's trying to be elusive, you're gonna be all right. That's what I emphasize. That's what we're trying to. That's what we got over everybody else.
Who made Mike Tyson great after passing on Cus D'Amato, and not Teddy Atlas. Like I said, rumors are Teddy Atlas had nothing to do with Mike's training. He was just holding the punching bags or mitts for Mike to punch because Cus was too old. Can you imagine a heavyweight punching a 70-year-old bloke's hands? So you got Ted to hold them. Ted was only there for 2 years anyway. He left after 2 years. It was Cus and Kevin Rooney who trained Mike. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.